This is Gary's motor test. So we designed this layout here where you can take these sliders and slide them, and depending on where you drive the sliders, it determines the motor power.
So how did you design? What did you use to design it, and how did you get it to work?
So we used this WPI plugin called Robot Builder, which kind of gave us a command-based robot layout. So we went in and fixed up the code and everything. And using the command-based robot structure, we sort of just put in all the we assigned the motor variables to these sliders here.
Cool. Excellent. All right, let's see how it works.
All right. So yeah, just increasing power. And you can go backwards. Yep.
That's awesome. So how does it all work on the board here? Can you explain kind of how all this works?
That's going into electrical stuff.
You can be really generic.
Basically, the Robo-Rio is hooked up to these motor controllers, and the Robo-Rio tells the motor controllers to operate the motor.
Cool. So were there other sub-teams involved? Because you're the leader of the programming sub-team. Were there any other sub-teams involved in doing this?
Yeah. Mr. Fenn had to work really closely with electrical to make sure everything was set up.
So our electrical sub-team wired it all up with batteries and so forth and all that. And then our programming sub-team put together the interface.
Yep.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, well, thank you, Ben.
Yep.
Does it do anything else other than move those motors?
No.
Not yet?
No.
But it's a good test thing to get everything working so we can test code out, right?
Yep.
Well, can you see any other things we might be able to do with it?
I guess we could have students experiment with it, kind of get a feel for the command-based robot.
Cool.
Yep.
All right, cool. Thanks, Ben. All right, Ben, so I noticed that we have multiple motor controllers set up here. Is there a particular reason for that?
Yes, Mr. Fenn is testing what he calls the linearity of the motors. So basically how the motor power, how that affects the speed of the motor, I guess,
okay,
or the rate of rotation.
Okay.
And how linear all those differences are.
Oh, okay, cool. So how do they do that? Do they test each motor controller individually?
Yeah. I would
Oh, cool.
think so.
All right, cool. Thanks, Ben.
Yep.